This is for Beyond the Gates, September 18, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? How do y'all feel about Doug going to Bill for his help taking Joey down? How do y'all feel about Joey asking Vanessa to move in? Let me know down below. But first, we're going to do a quick summary, and then we're going to dive into the review, because I got a lot to say. I feel like Joey going to have to handle both of them, Vanessa and, what's his name, Doug. Because she be itching to know his business too much. She be itching to know. And not just that, she keeps saying how basically she's not going to leave her husband. And then I don't think he's gonna tolerate half the things that Doug tolerates. She was mentioned on today's episode, because I didn't write this part down, how, since they've been together since high school or whatever, and basically he allowed her to have, or they have an open marriage, or at least, and she done stepped out multiple times, and this the first time, she hasn't really she been with one man, meaning Joey, or whatever. And I was like, I don't think he gonna tolerate that, the way he grabbed her. And not just that, when she mentioned how she do what she do, and then she go home to Doug and get in bed with him or whatever, he felt some type of way. If I'm not mistaken, he made a face. But yeah, hold on. But okay, so I said I don't think Doug or Vanessa truly know who they're dealing with when it comes to Joey. Vanessa be trying to talk to Joey how she be talking to Doug. And Doug, he's so set on taking Joey down, so much so that he went to Bill for help. Not knowing that Bill and Joey both in cahoots together. They're together. Haley, and we still don't know nothing about Haley and her miscarriage or nothing like that. I was like, dog, everything else is getting airtime except what we want to see. But yeah, I said not knowing that Bill and Joy in cahoots together. Haley wanted Bill to tell her how Danny took the news. Andre and Danny ended up getting drunk over Bill and Ashley. Joy wanted Vanessa to move in. She told him no. Doug wanted Randy help. He told him no. Kat told Tomas that maybe he just not that great in bed, so he got mad and he left. I said, that's the first time you leave? I said, you should have been left. One of y'all at least. But yeah, and the last thing that happened was Bill pulled up on Joey, and he told him how he needs to talk to him alone. He told my son, anything you have to say to me, you could say in front of Vanessa, because she was saying how she not going anywhere or whatever. I said, she acting like she might as well. She more committed to Joey than she is to her husband. Might as well go and be with him. But two things about it. One, you ain't finna be doing that cheating stuff. I can tell you that now. Two, you definitely ain't finna, what was the other thing? I forgot. I know I was saying how you ain't finna be doing that cheating stuff. What was the other thing? Oh, talking crazy to him. That was the second thing. But yeah, what did y'all think of the episode? But let's talk about it. So we're gonna start with Haley and Bill. She came in, she wanted to know how things went with Danny. He was like, he played it like he forgot about it and all this other stuff. So he ended up telling her she knows or whatever, she understands. Because Haley was asking if she actually understood. No. Because they cut right to her, and she told me, I know this is Haley doing. I mean, she not wrong. It is Haley doing. But at the same time, can you blame her? You keep saying you over him, you done, and all this other stuff, but you don't got sloppy drunk over here talking about him repeatedly. Andre over here got sloppy drunk talking about Ashley repeatedly. Or whatever. But yeah, but everybody keeps saying she's over him. She don't want him no more or whatever and all this other stuff. She does. She definitely does. But yeah, I already said Haley wanted to know how things went with Danny. Andre and Danny toast to their exes. Joey ends up showing Vanessa the deposit that went into their account. Excuse me. And she was like, she basically liked being a criminal, and she was just happy and smiling. I said, they done lost her. I said, she went to the dark side. I mean, she was already the dark side, talking about they got a, well, I ain't gonna say that. I take that back. But yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I said, I don't think he's gonna tolerate half the stuff Doug tolerate. Then Doug told my son I think he was talking to Randy. If I'm not mistaken, he had been talking to Randy. I know he wasn't talking to Bill, but he was saying how in the past she's done this before, but she's never done it like this or whatever. Meaning she spent more time with him than him. Meaning she act like she more committed to Joey than him. But yeah, I was like, And she don't even know. She was so focused on him, she don't even know her husband walked in and seen them together. And he was like, maybe your husband, maybe Doug has a bug on you. She must have, no, he doesn't have a bug on me. And then he thought back to how he walked in and he seen them together and she was kissing all along him and stuff. And I was like, exactly, he tracking you. I said, he tracking you. He's still making excuses for her. She done slept with everybody and they daddy. She done slept with Diego. She done slept with, no, it was 2 people in it. Or was it 3? It was some guy she started off with. They started the series off with. What was that dude's name? I don't know. But he was pretending to be, I don't know, he was pretending to be somebody. I think when Danny pulled up, I think when Danny showed up, I can't remember what that guy name was, but yeah. Then Joey talking about some. He noticed that her escort account, it's been inactive ever since they met and they started being involved or whatever. I said she'll do the same thing to you. She over here talking about some. Maybe she should go somewhere where basically she appreciates. So he grabbed her real fast. I was like, yeah, he ain't no Doug. He ain't no Doug. But what else? Let's see. I already said Joey showed Vanessa the deposit into the account. Doug meets up with Randy. He ends up saying how he wants to go after Joey again. Tomas ends up surprising Kat with dinner. He had her blindfolded. He surprised her with dinner in the hotel or whatever. So when you take the blindfold off, she didn't look too happy. She definitely did, but then she was like, she loved it or whatever. I said, your face said otherwise, sweetheart. I said, your face said otherwise. Bill ends up telling Haley that she's the only woman that he has a connection with. I said, yeah, okay. I said, yeah, okay. She know better. That's why she's so concerned and so worried. But I ain't gonna completely fault her because they ain't got no business touching on each other. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Bill thinks that Danny gets it, but she knows it was Haley. Andre hasn't thought about having kids. He was saying how, he hasn't thought about it. He don't really want any and stuff like that. And Danny thinks that he'll change his mind. Doug wants to prove that Joey been money laundering or whatever. And I said, but y'all all involved. How do you prove? Well, they do be doing it, though. They could be involved, and if they can get the information, though, they'll cut a deal or whatever. And Randy thought that he was trying to take down Vanessa as well. He was like, no, I love her. I'd never do that. Shoot. Might as well. And Randy was saying how you more forgiving than me because he wouldn't be able to do that. And I said, I'm trying to tell you. But what else? Let me see. Joy says that baby Doug put a track in. We already talked about that. And she over here clueless. She thinks she in control and stuff. I told you. She think, once again, I done said it about 3 times now. She think that she gonna be doing Joey the way she be doing Doug over here. But yeah, Joey ends up asking Vanessa to move in. She immediately says no. She basically says how she been with Doug since high school. They were each other's first and everything. And how she comfortable with him and all this other stuff. And he felt some type of way about it. He was just talking to her about the marriage she got and all this other stuff, which is a load of baloney at this point. It's a load of baloney. But yeah, what else happened? Let me see. He ended up asking her why she stays with Doug. So that's when she told him about the high school and they been together so long and how she go do what she do and then she go back home to him or whatever. I said, no way, I don't. You cool with that? He more bothered that she over here with Joey because apparently they done had an open marriage for a long time. I mean, so far we haven't seen him step out, but we seen her plenty of times. We definitely have. We definitely have. But yeah, so they was having a conversation. Doug was having a conversation with Randy. And he was like, he felt some type of way. I forgot what he said to him. He told me, so you want to take this outside? I said, he just itching to fight somebody. Just like Vanessa itching to know Joey business. Once you know it, he going to have to take you up out of there. But yeah, he told me, so you want to take this outside? I said, at this point, you just want to fight anybody. I said, go try Joey. I said, go try him. But yeah, what else? He started saying it's not Vanessa's fault, it's Joey, it's his fault or whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay. Danny wanted Andre to teach her how to be like him, just be a player and just pick up, excuse me, just when they was talking about how do I explain this? You know how they would keep saying how, 1, he's a player or whatever, and 2, how he be traveling, he'll go one place, he'll do what he need to do, then he'll be getting to gone. Then he get gone or whatever. Hold on. That's what they was talking about. Then they started talking about, might as well get them out the way. They started talking about traveling and stuff. And I think this week, well, we got one more day this week. Tomorrow's episode, he's supposed to tell her to pick where they going. She's supposed to pick Vegas. So they supposed to be going to Vegas. I said, don't y'all get over there to Vegas and do no stupid stuff like Ashley and Derek. I mean, they ain't got married yet, but they did get engaged. I said, don't y'all take y'all tail over there and get married. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Vanessa, I said Vanessa got to learn who she be talking to. She got to learn who she be talking to. Joey and Doug, 2 different people. Vanessa said her and Doug comfortable. We already talked about that. Doug came by Bill's house. I said, now I had heard they supposed to be stopping by. I said, now what would you want with him? He want him to fix the situation. He tells him that Joey and Vanessa and him all money laundering or whatever and all this other stuff, and he need help taking him down. Then he started to mention how he had this friend who wanted to come forward, meaning Randy. And he wanted to come forward because Joey hired him to take somebody out, but then he got somebody else to do it. Bill started looking all suspicious and stuff. He made the same face he made that day when Nicole mentioned how he was representing Ted, he made the same face. But yeah, that's what they was talking about. He started talking about that he made that face, and I was like, "You telling the wrong person. They ain't cahoots together. They ain't cahoots together." I want to know what he's finna get ready to tell Joey tomorrow. Is he gonna tell everything about how Doug's trying to take him down or what? He ended up telling him how he needs evidence and stuff like that. He was like, she keeps 2 books or whatever, so I'm assuming he gonna try to get the evidence. And Vanessa over here talking about some she not going leaving at her seat or whatever, and he talking about some whatever you had to say to me, you can say in front of her. I said, well, I had to tell it so she know how her husband behaving over here. If you seen him try to take somebody out, like I don't understand. Like she got you that gone, but at the same time she got Joey gone too. But I don't think he's as gone as Doug. I don't think he's as gone as Doug though. Hold on, but we'll see. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Um. I said Danny and Ashley getting drunk. I mean Danny and Andre. Look, he kept talking about her. She kept talking about Bill. I done wrote her name down. What else? Let's see. Danny and Andre ended up getting cut off. They couldn't get no more alcohol because they sloppy drunk. They just over here. They just over here laid out. They on the couch and stuff, and all. They tried to get up and they walked off or whatever. I thought I was waiting on somebody to come through the door and see Andre and Danny together, but they already know about them. They already know about them. What else? Kat and Tomas end up sleeping together. And when they showed her, she turned the other way and he checking on her, trying to see if she enjoyed it too. And she did not. I said, she's still not impressed, y'all. She wasn't impressed before they laid down together. But I said, she's still not impressed. So he was trying to fix it. He was like, if you want to fix something, you have to talk about it. So he trying to talk to her. She felt offended. She felt like he was accusing her of being the problem. So she said what she been wanting to say either way it go. She said how you trying to say it first. She was saying how you trying to blame me or whatever. Maybe it's not me. Maybe you just bad in bed. Maybe you're not that great in bed. So he felt some type of way. He was looking and everything. Next scene they cut to with them, they had got dressed. She was like, she finna call a car or something like that. He's like, maybe baby. He basically said maybe that's Doc. He's saying it. He basically said maybe that's for the best, and he left. I said, Doc. Hurt his little feelings. I said, hurt his feelings. I was like, well, yeah, this been a long time coming. Just part ways at this point. Just part ways. Just part ways at this point. And I was I was like, they either gonna have to bring in somebody new for her, or they gonna take it there. Cause I was like, it's only Derek left. It's only Derek. It's Jacob, but Jacob's married, but they ain't never stopped nobody before. So I was like, unless I'm missing somebody. I was like, I think, who was that? Who was she talking to when they said maybe she need a new guy? Or maybe she need to try somebody else. I don't know who she was talking to that day. But yeah, he left. Bill ends up telling Joy he need a word with him. Vanessa says she's not going anywhere. Joy ends up saying how, anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of Vanessa. So Bill was looking and it went off. But that was it. That was all. Let me know excuse me. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day. A great rest of the night and be safe.